Hello, everyone, and welcome back here for the live coverage for round 5 of Monaco. Unfortunately, we haven't got the intermission screen today as we've been finding some issues, so we thought maybe it could be something to do with having the cameras on, so we've turned those off. We're just going
And
to be using the
luckily
online
everything
stream for
works.
now. And now the cameras are
Yeah,
off, it's all working, which is odd.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. So we've got to get that fixed. But
yeah.
hi, Richie.
Hello, Josh. Are you
Oh, what a
excited?
strange word. Yeah, and it's just typical Monaco. We've been having
Um,
problems.
I've
But
got a
yeah,
new
it's looking good.
person here with us. Arturo
Yeah.
de Juan. Never
In the
seen that
commentary
person
box.
before. No,
Oh, in
in
the
the
lobby.
in
Yeah.
the game, yeah. In the commentary
Well,
box.
hello everybody. So are we on the online screen? That's what
Yep,
I'm going in
we
my head.
are.
Okay, hello everybody. Yeah, we have a massive tech issue, which for some reason we think it's the cameras, but we just couldn't load into the game. I was having a similar issue. Richie's had to restart his entire streaming PC. So looking next week is break week. We can
Yes,
get
it
that
is.
sorted. And afterwards, well, all the editing for the pre-show as well sort of gone out the window. But we'll get those highlights to you throughout the break week as well and in the next show. But we're getting ready for qualifying. 15 in the lobby right now 16. So they've all joined a little bit too late, which means we've got filling to do, which
Yep.
is always a nice thing.
But I've figured out through my own detective ways that Arturo is Code Uningolo. And he's changed his name to his real
Oh,
name.
I can't hear you now.
Hello? The stream should be able to hear me fine, I think. But yeah, if you should be able to hear me. But yeah, we got Tom's just joined the lobby along with Theon, so we should have nearly a full lobby actually, which would be
Looks
very
like it.
nice.
I lost hearing you for a split second,
Can
but
you
I
hear
can
me
hear you
now?
now. I
That's
can
good.
hear you now, yeah.
That's weird. Hopefully it's nothing my end. But yep. Sergio Sabrina's making a return. He wasn't here last week, I don't think. You've got Antoine Desaluski back. We've also got Daniel Yeltsin, who was looking to actually win the Canadian Grand Prix,
Yes.
but ended up finishing, I think it was P8 or P9 or something, due to having a really different strategy to everyone else.
Raining, kept on hard tyres and
Yeah.
medium compound tyres, and wouldn't accept that the weather was just playing differently. So it was a strange weekend. But we haven't got this weekend, as you said, we haven't got Forest Wires, we haven't
Nope.
got Jake Finch either.
Nope.
So it's basically an open goal coming for Yana Martins, who
It
does
really
lead the
is.
championship by 5 points. He now is going to have a better advantage coming forward.
Yep. And if he wins this race and takes past this lap, he'll be leading it by 21 points.
Apparently, my mic's a bit low, Richie. That's
Right.
something you can
Well,
change on your end because I
yeah.
haven't maxed out on
Right.
mine.
We'll chuck it up. It
Lovely.
could be. It
Thank you,
could be because
Cameron.
you're using the different microphone.
Oh no, I'm back on the headset now.
Oh. Oh, that is weird.
Hang on, 2 seconds. That's the headset, and that's the handheld. So
Oh.
that was the two different ones.
I'm gone.
But yeah, so
Here
the
we go.
lobby just forming up as always. Technical difficulties just keep coming, but
Yeah.
what got the screen? There we go. Is that the lobby coming in?
We're back.
Yes, there we go. Hey, lobby lining up. There's Daniel Jensen as well,
hmm
and I'm not seeing Debaka anywhere
So,
as well.
I snuck into the F4 stream earlier and I was having a little listen along to Reese, and he said an interesting fact. Jim Clark, who raced from 1963 to 65 or something like that, he won 2 World Championships, but
Yeah,
he qualified pole 4 times at Monaco, and he never actually won a race,
yeah.
if
It
that's
was
correct.
mysterious car failures kept costing him as well, and several of the factors. That one being one of his dear friends, Graham Hill,
Mhm.
winning 5 times as well.
And
Senna
also,
6.
another person, Ayrton Senna has won 6 races in Monaco. Josh, tell me how many consecutive were there?
Is it 4 in a row?
No, 5.
5 in a row.
Don't
Oh
remember
my
what
god.
years, but I know it's 5 in a row. And then we
His
had,
last one was 93, so it must have been
yeah,
93, 92, 91, 90, 89,
89,
88.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then we have 1998 Monaco, which we all know. Panis won the race, didn't he? I think, because everyone else DNF'd, apart from 2 others. It was 3 who finished out of 20.
If
Schumacher
I remember
binned it
correctly,
down
yeah,
at,
Panis, Irvine and Coulthard, I think, was
Was
the
it
three on the
Coulthard that
podium.
finished?
Yeah, Coulthard finished third, I think, in that day, and then everybody
Yeah.
else retired. So
And then
that's
we
when the
also
rule came. Yeah, the rule came in after that race as well, where if there's no more than 4 drivers left in the race, the red flag automatically comes out. So if we have only 4 cars running left, the red flag comes out because it's not really a race anymore.
yeah.
So that's where the rule came in
Then
afterwards.
you also had 2022 with Nicholas Latifi in the hairpin.
Yeah,
Going
that was a
straight on.
weird one.
You have what else we have? Whew. Sergio Perez, the controversial crash in qualifying.
2011, yeah, going over the tunnel. Whether or not he actually had the DRS open at the time is still debated as well. But
I'm
he's
not on
always
about that one. I'm on about 2022.
oh, that one. Oh, I thought you were talking
that
about
one.
He's had 2 crashes at Monaco, 2011 and 2022. Yeah, you're right. The 2011 one, we had just come over the top of the hill, hitting the wall as well. Whether or not the DRS was open or not, we don't know. But he missed the Canadian Grand Prix the following week as well. And yeah, this year's qualifying was even more controversial. And we still don't know whether or not he did it on purpose. I've looked at the throttle tracing, I've looked at the onboard, and I think he did do it on purpose. But I don't think we'll ever know for sure.
No, we'll never know. There's probably only 4 people in the world that know: Max, Horner, Marco, and Perez. The only 4 people that know it probably happened. We never know. It might have happened. It might not have been done on purpose. It might have been. But when are we getting this lobby going? We've got 18. I think we'll wait. I presume we'll wait for 2 more people. Oh no, we're starting now. So we was waiting for 2 more people to arrive that have never arrived. So we've got 18 starting with us today. Reserves wise, we've got Zalewski, Goetze. I think Goetze's a reserve. We've got Jeremy. I think he's been promoted up to a full-time seat. We've got Arturo, who's a reserve. That's Coldano Ingolo, Yeldson, and oh wait, no. Oh, sorry, we got Yerne joining us now. So Zalewski's moved to McLaren. Yerne is going to be in an Alpine.
Right. Drizvan's just dropped, actually. Look, he's saying that he's trying to connect as well. There we are. As we're getting ready for qualifying. Okay, usual procedure. 18 minutes ahead of us as well. You all know that. And first one to set the top time wins. Is it a dry qualifying or a wet qualifying is what we need to look for.
Indeed.
Coming shortly. And this is going to be an absolute cracker.
If anyone watched the F2 race yesterday, you saw how horrible that was. As the desync problem came on lap 13, and it's perfectly dry. Thank the Lord.
That's brilliant news. That was going to have a dry quali then to get going. 18 minutes then around Monaco is underway. 19 cars. Modesto Mena, nice to see him back in the championship this weekend.
Also, we've got Sergio Serrera back. I think he's missed a couple of races. Yerne, he's back as well. Who else we got here that we haven't seen for a while? I don't think anyone else here really we haven't seen. Vincent missed last week due to school exams, so did nearly 20%. No, so did nearly 200% of the grid.
A lot of the grid missed.
Who's out first? It is. I think Jeremy is it. Let's have a guess. Is it Jeremy? Yes, it is Jeremy.
It is Jeremy. P6. Here we go. If
so
my keyboard wants to work. It's so cold in my commentary box. I'm so glad the camera's not on today because I'm actually having to wear a coat. It is freezing and there is snow where I am coming up as well.
Oh.
So that's always going to be better.
Well, you're on the coast, aren't you? So it's even worse. You got the breeze.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just a breeze, is it? It's like an ice wall.
Yeah, and it's really not nice. Literally, we've had the heater on in the commentary box since 6 o'clock, and it's 2 hours. That's 2 hours ago, and it's really cold. Even though we've got a carpet, well, I say carpet, it's more of like flooring put up against the garage door to act as a wall to put the commentary notes on. There is actually a gap we've discovered at the bottom, so that we can still open the garage door, and it's absolutely freezing. So that's getting mended tomorrow as well. But if everybody is struggling with the cost of living crisis in the UK and also across the world as well, hearts go out here because it's a horrible, horrible time as well as hopefully this virtual racing can get you into the spirit of things as Jeremy's about to start a lap time out of the Anthony Nose corner and up towards La Source.
Yep, La Source, doing Sandevot.
That's the one. I always get that one.
Yep, they're coming through.
This is Beau Rivage.
Yep, that's Beau Rivage. You sure
should
that's not Eau Rouge?
Yeah, I know. It's so confusing.
Into Casino. That's what it is in Sector 1. And 18. 3.
And then it's either gas station hairpin, Lowe's hairpin, or the Marriott Hotel hairpin.
Or the Grand
Um,
Hotel.
The Grand Hotel, yeah. There's so many different names. I always just call it the Lowe's hairpin.
Into
Um,
Portier. Very
and that's a
nice.
wrong one as well because Portier now has a city next to it as well, so it's not going to call the Portier. Through the tunnel, eyes adjust to the right into the Nouvelle Chicane. The worst corner on the entire Formula One calendar out because it's literally just when you come down into the hill, just a little bit of an orange curve to tell you when to turn in, and 9 times out of 10 you'll hit it through the swimming pool as well into the fishing chicane. Oh, and he's touched the wall at the exit, just keeps it going. La Rascasse, which is heavily modified to what it originally was. It was a hairpin. Now it's around the Rascasse Hotel. Under Anthony Noakes, crossed the line. First lap time of the board.
Not bad.
And it's a 109.370. That's
not
decent,
bad at all. It is. Yeah. We'll go on board with Yona. He's coming on his lap. Oh, he's on an 8 lap, but we'll go on board with him anyway. He's our championship lead-up, leading from Floris by 5 points. Floris isn't here today due to having the flu. So, yeah, it's all open for Yona. Theo McKee, a 10.3. Not the best lap at all. Antoine, a 19.9. That's obviously not representable at all. Oh, Yona hits the wall on the entrance to Casino, which is not what he wants.
19.5. Oh, and he's done a Rosberg.
Yeah, I was about to say then. Zoltan Boda. Anton Zalewski's out on track. That looks to me like that's Casino, isn't it? It's DNF to Casino.
Yeah.
But Zoltan Boda now coming in towards a tunnel. He's the Red Bull driver. He's got Daniel Yeltsin alongside him today. And Yeltsin goes third with a 4.98. But let's see now. What can Zoltan do? A little bit deep on the exit turn 11.
I've found out what's happened to Anton. He has hit the wall at the exit of Casino. And he's got no front wing and no front wheel. So he'll start last in this qualifying.
That's not what he wants. Well, should start last. Depends if the other guys can't set a lap. You can see everyone's really struggling coming out of turn 17, La Rascasse. Very difficult for people to be able to get the power down. Zoltan, a 10.2. Arturo, a 9.9. Leonard Gertz there, however, a 9.023.
That Aston's
very nice.
Very competitive here. 3/10 faster than Jeremy as well at the moment.
Yeah.
Everyone is struggling, you're right. It's like the track's cold. It's weird. They're struggling to get temperature. They're struggling to put it down. Monaco always does provide a very entertaining race, but this is just getting a bit silly. As we've got a yellow in the third sector.
Yep, that was Corey de Baca blocking Oscar Villacampa coming through towards turn 15, swimming pool chicane. Corey did not see Oscar at all, and Oscar completely had to slam on the brakes and get out of the way.
Is it Corey last week we found out? It's Corey, isn't it?
Yep, Corey, yeah, Corey. Corey.
I said it earlier on, Corey de Baca, but it's Corey de Baca. We had him on here last week and he said about it, so that just cropped into my mind as well. Villacampa's back into the pits. Modesto Mena is out on the track. He's done an 18.498 in the first sector. And he's actually looking quite good in the AlphaTauri. And he was pretty much a star in the first 2 races, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
As a reserve driver, he was quite good.
He was looking to take second, wasn't he? In Spain, but got hit by the back of Vincent Nightfist in turn 1, which cost him that race dearly. And now we're on board with him, coming through in towards Tabac now. And now in towards 15, 16, swim pool chicane, and he's gone purple in that second sector. Now into Rascasse, he's got to be careful not to overdo it on the exit, which he doesn't do. Keeps it nice and tidy into turn 19. Let's see what he can do now. Coming up towards the line, does Modesto put itself into that top 2? No, but he puts himself into the top 6 with a 6 tenths off Modesto.
Yeah. Okay, so we've had 15 runners so far. Anton did a 119, and he's not going to set a further time in this session. So this is all going to be just who can really push the hardest.
Very nice from Tom Martinez. He qualified, I think it was 5th actually in Canada, but he was involved with the incident on the first lap involving Yona, Jake, him, and Floris. So he ended up dropping down completely out the points, I think, and having wing damage. So Tom didn't score any points last week. Maybe he's got a chance this time. He's P5. He's looking very good to getting some points, especially on this track. Being in the position he's in, he's just got to have a good start if he can remain in that top 5, of course. But Corey back up into the Nouvelle Chicane now. Bouncing the curb, getting the pair nice and early. Coming up down towards Tabac shortly. Luckily, no cars ahead of him. Too close, so he doesn't have to worry about people needing to move out the way. Into Swim Pool Chicane. Very nice on the exit. Okay, we're nice and early. Now charging towards Raskas. I don't think he's actually on a lap.
Oh,
And he's hit it.
the wheel.
He's done it.
Yeah.
Everyone does that once in their life. On the inside, the back wheel just says, nope, thank you, I'll be having that.
He's done a Charles Leclerc. He did that back in 2019.
He's done many things at Monaco, Charles Leclerc has.
Yeah.
One of them's only he's finished one race, that's all.
That's
Oh,
it.
Jeremy! An 8.9. First run into the 8s. Jeremy, I did not see that one coming at all. Jonas Martins, however, championship leader again. He's coming through in towards turns 15 and 16, the swimming pool chicane. Let's see, is he able to deny pole from Jeremy? He's now in towards Raskas. He's got to hope not to do the same as Corey. He doesn't do the same as Corey. Now, let's see, this looks like a really tidy lap. Final set tap, pristine. Up towards the line, what does Jonas set on the board? A 10.4.
Oh, wow. Well, he's not
And Tom
capitalising.
Martinez
Wow.
is retired at turn 4, but Jonas Martin's
hill.
15th.
That looks exactly the same as what Anton has done as well, actually, from Tom at the top of the hill. I'm about to see on board with Jonas Martins.
Yeah.
I know you've flicked over. I know you're still with him.
Exactly the same.
Wheels off, and yeah, same problem. So that's a yellow in all 3 sectors now, actually. Someone's off down at Raskas as well. So yellow in everywhere on the circuit. But yeah, Jonas Martin's just not capitalising at all then.
Nope.
On the fact that we've got no Flores and we've got no Jake. It's just not working out at all.
It's not.
So,
It's
bad mark there, Fiona.
obviously Flores has got the flu, so that's the reason why he's not here. So he'll be sitting in bed probably rubbing his hands thinking, hang on, I might be able to still be within 5 points of this championship here if Jonas doesn't score points. Because to make 5 positions in one race is going to be difficult. Oscar Villacampa demotes Jonas to 16th now, so he goes 8th with a 9.6, just a couple of hundredths abreast of Tom Martinez, who's at the session. And Jernay Dovsan, who we haven't actually seen for a while. I don't know if he's got a qualifying ban, but he hasn't actually left the garage yet this session.
No, he hasn't.
And that puts both Alpines 19th and 20th at the moment, which is the last thing they want going into the Monaco Grand Prix.
Everyone's getting lap times, but Sergio Sobrino is 1.2 seconds off the pace, so he's not going to do anything at the moment. And now loses his lap time as well.
Yeah.
Kimpton is in the pit lane. Who else on the track?
Harlem's on the track, coming in towards turn 8. He was a tenth and a half up in sector 1. He's now coming down in towards the tunnel. With that just improvement alone, it can put him into P16 and put Jonah down to 17th. So looking good for Harlem. He just needs to keep it clean through Nouvelle, which he does. Now he's got back to check off. Let's see. Into the corner. There we go. He's able to carry lots of speed and be on the throttle nice and early. 5/10 up, Harlem here, sorry. We'll put him in the high 9s, which will put him around P13, P14. Let's see. Into Laskas is a little bit deep, though, which is not very good for his lap time at all. Bits squirrel on the exit at 19. Into the line. What does he do? He goes 14th with a 19, with a 9.5.
Jeremy was just coming out of the pit lane there as well, and it almost made contact as well. So the Williams of Jeremy almost literally taking him off the side of the track there. Fantastic. They managed to avoid each other. Here's Corey DeBacker coming through as well into the swimming pool section, into the fishing chicane. And he's backed off, actually.
Yep, he has. Backed off completely.
What is going on there? That was very weird. It's like he's trying to get temperature to the rear tyres.
Oh, there's Zoltan Bold again, held up in lots of traffic by 2 cars there into Raskas. Look, does a second lap time and get him out that bottom 5. Let's see, what does Zoltan Bold do? He doesn't improve. Actually, he does, but not enough to get in a position. He's still in that P15. A 10.1, not in the 9s. He doesn't want that at all. He wants to be in the 9s for definite. And at this point, he needs to be in the 9.8s, not just the 9.9s to even get one position, which is a big shame for him.
Oh, no, there's still wheels at the side of the track.
Yeah.
That's a glitch and a
Oh,
half.
Philip. Purple Sector 1. He's currently P10 with a 9.7. We haven't seen much of Philip this season at all. He hasn't really done much, but today we could see him shine. Purple Sector 1 is now going in towards Portier, turn 8. And there's the Red Bull getting out the way for him as he comes through into the tunnel. Now going to be charging down towards the Nouvelle chicane, where we've seen Grand Ujo make a massive save. I think it was to Pierre Gasly. Or UK.
And he ran into him, in 2022 season.
Philip, 2/10 off. That could put him to a 9.5. Could put him in that top 6. Possibly get past Bogdan Moldovan, who we haven't spoke much about. Cameron Dowd, 4th with a 9.3. It's very nice for him. Now, Philip,
looking very good.
What can he do? Let's see.
Come on, is it quick? Is it quick?
6.
Oh, it's top dollar good. 6th place. And at Monaco, when overtaking is a luxury, that's fantastic.
Yeltsin was 2/10 up in that second sector. Let's see, what can he do? He's looking for a good lap, coming up towards the line, got a bit of a slipstream. What does Yeltsin do? Goes up to 4th. 1,000th quicker than Cameron Dowds.
And Cameron Downs, as we said as well, he cropped out of nowhere. He's up to
Bogdan
P5.
Moldovan.
3/10 down. Here's Moldovan.
He's 2.5 up in sector 2. And let's see what he can do now. Is Moldovan be able to get himself into that top 5 for the first time this season in a qualifying session? Let's see now. He's heading up towards the line. Where does Moldovan put the Alpha? 4th.
Oh, 109.287, and he was 3.5.
Leonard Gertz up. Well. Whew, he was 2/10 up going into that. So he spun at the final corner. And he was 2/10 up, and he's got himself into the 8s. Very nice from Leonard. Who else we got? We've got Jona Dovsan, invalidated. Jona Martins, he's coming through towards the line now. He's starting his lap. So Joshua will take us a nice lap attack with Jona Martins.
So turn number 1 is always quite a good one as well. Up the hill towards the top. Into Massenet, and then downhill to Casino Square, jump to 4th gear, don't ride too much exit curve, avoid the bump in the middle of the track so you dart towards the right. The lows hairpin coming up as well. This is the hardest corner on the track. It's 1st gear, 30 miles an hour, maximum opposite lock. Portier 1 and 2, don't hug too much curve as well because it tends to overstep the rear, and you'll do what Perez did. Through the tunnel as well, just keep it nice and flat out as well. 7th gear, that your eyes are just to the lights and you're already braking over the bump, downhill into the Nouvelle chicane, clip the inside lines as well. Now back on the power, to back demands respect. You've got to pick your line, stick to it, and not press the brake on the accelerator. Swing pull sections flat out, try and straight line it through the fishing chicane. That's where Leclerc and Verstappen have been over the years. Rascat speaks for itself as well, past the nightclub where champagne is more the slippery stuff than oil. Into anti-notes, a little bit of oversteer, he's hit the wall, and he's lost the lap time as well. That's the price you pay. Just got the rear caught as well. Too much. David Coulthard put a cone there as well in order to give the drivers visibility into that corner.
Left it.
But it was a bad mistake.
Purple sector 2. So to cut you off there, Josh.
No,
and he's been held up by the Haas. And he's hit the wall. Still going good, but Cody Bakker's on a lap.
I do think we should take the approach of what Formula 2 do here as well and have single qualifying. Yeah, because we've got 20 cars now out the track and it's just madness. So maybe we should just do single format qualifying.
I don't think it's just that. I think it's the fact the drivers need to be more aware. They need to be paying attention to what's going on. Vincent in sector 1, he's 10th up with a massive slide out at turn 4, so he's looking to improve. He's got the 16th. But yeah, the drivers really need to start looking behind them. It's like they've just... It's like when they're in Monaco, they've lost all knowledge of make sure you can see who's behind in your mirrors. Because they just don't. And it's frustrating for drivers like Lefty, who could have improved and put himself onto pole because they had purple sector 2. And he's lost it completely because the Haas, I think it was Vincent, was in the way.
I'll tell you something else as well. The driving standards in this lobby have been questioned not only by the stewards, not only by the owners, but by the drivers themselves. After last week in Canada, the group chat exploded. I remember Richard, on Monday morning, you sent me a text message saying getting the general chat is going mad. And many people saying they're going to race more like it's a GTA than it is a Formula 1. So we're in for a very interesting race. Right now in qualifying, there's certainly no love lost between everyone. So the race is going to be fun. 39 laps.
I was going to say, one party involved is down in the bottom 5.
Yes.
So we'll have to be interested to see how that begins. Oscar Villacampa, he's not on a lap either. Let's see, is Philip on a lap? Because we want to see him do well. He's on a lap, actually. Into Casino Square, whatever corner it is, and his teammate getting out of the way. He's 600 up in that first sector. Into the Grand Hotel hairpin, or whatever you call it, because there's about a million different names. Goes a little bit wide. Not what he wants. Let's see. Can he improve? He's now into Portier. On the exit, nice and on the power. He's got a yellow flag. There's a couple of cars in the way. A Haas completely in the way. There. That's Vincent again. He seems to be a repeatable offender in the tunnel. But Philip... he's
keeping his composure.
And he's left
he's
off.
Backed out.
Cameron Downs coming out turn 8. You can see everyone. Look at all these cars here in the Nouvelle chicane. About 4 of them. One's got off the track. Cameron Dowds is the one on the flying lap. He's now got about 7 cars ahead of him. Someone's gone off. That's Philip. He's gone off at the swimming pool.
Contact! 2 cars off. Philip's been hit at the back. A car by one of the Alpha Tauris. And it's just getting an absolute mess through here.
But Cameron Dez has got all the way through it. And he's not made one contact with one car at all. Can Cameron Dez improve that? That's the main question. He can! P3!
Ah! Brilliant from Cameron then. So we're trying to have a look. So it's Modesto Mena who's ended up in the wall. And he's got a broken front wing. I'm seeing it now. And he's back into the pit lane. And this might be qualifying over now because no one else is improving. Cross line, Jamie still has pole position. Modesto
Left is
Mena
invalidated.
Oh no, so left is out of it. So that's him done. Trying to have a look. Lennon's on a lap time coming through as well, looking good. Jensen's 2.5 tenths down. He's not going to do anything. Cameron is on a lap time and slightly up. So we just got to really pick as the checkered flag comes out.
Leonard 3000's up in that middle sector. Takes the purple sector. And let's see. Can he put his Aston Martin onto pole position left? Did his teammate qualifies 5th? Can Leonard get it onto pole? Let's see now. Into the final corner. Turn 19. Up towards the line. Can he get into the 8.8 possibly? Yes, he can. The 8.6!
Wow, pole position goes the way of Leonard. That's a fantastic time. Second pole of the year is incoming for him. Now, what about P3 man with Jensen as well? Now he's 2 seconds off the pace. Look to Cameron Downs, who has retired from the session. Lefted.
Oh, Yernay!
Yernay, wow, brilliant.
Gone round. That's not brilliant.
Well, it's brilliant action and drama. That's it. Session's done.
Yep, everyone's finished. That was an interesting final few minutes. But Leonard Goetz takes pole by 3/10 of a second.
And around Monaco, that may as well be an age. Absolutely fantastic. Now,
an 8.6. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to take this opportunity to ask, have you got the GTO Mega trailer? Because we haven't yet played that.
I have. So, everyone, we'll be back with you shortly. We're going to have a little 30-second ad break. So, take this time to watch the advert or go and take a drink. We're back. Yeah, so quick reminder for anyone looking to buy any GTO Mega products, make sure to use code PSGL for a 5% discount code. That helps us out. It helps them out, and it gives you guys a little discount. It might not seem like a lot, but believe me, it can help a lot of people. 5% can, especially when everyone uses a 5% discount code.
And these chairs are absolutely fantastic,
They
so
are.
please do.
They're what? £300 chairs, and you really get your money's worth. Obviously, I had mine gifted from PSGL, thankfully. Very grateful for that, and it's honestly, I wouldn't recommend any other chair, to be honest, and I've had quite a few chairs in my lifetime due to them all breaking.
Yeah. Great chair. Same here. Mine, the one I had upstairs in my office broke, so I'm spending a lot more time in my commentary box chair as well, and it's absolutely fantastic, and it's very comfortable actually as well. So, we're getting ready for the Monaco Grand Prix. Welcome, everybody, if you're just joining us, to the Principality. Monaco is literally rolling the dice of the luck. Who will come out on top today? There's been a lot of questions about whether or not this particular F3 group is a fair racing lot. There's been a lot of rumours whether or not we're going to have a clean race today. Qualifying was very dramatic. It looks like we're going to have a great race. Richie, what do you think is going to happen?
Carnage into San Vivat. That could be interesting. Let's hope we don't see any Max Verstappens. But it should be a good one, I think. If we can get a couple of decent overtakes, that'll be a good Monaco Grand Prix in my eyes. And I think we can. I think we've got the people starting further down like Iona. He's had frustration in the last few races. He'll be wanting to make moves, and he will be making moves. So Iona could be one to watch. Even if it's making 2 or 3 positions, that's a big upgrade on this track. Normally, you'd say 2 positions in one race. That's poor. But in Monaco, 2 positions is legendary. But Josh, I'll hand over to you for the race start.
Thank you. Reminder, we've got no Flores Wires, we've got no Jake Flinch, so Jonah Martin starting 15th of the grid is the only one to do so. But sit back, get ready, because the red lights are about to come on. All all set on the grid. The start procedure is underway. Action in Monaco. Good start by Leonard, but Jeremy's going to have the outside line coming into Sander Vaught. It's Leonard who leads easily. Are they all going to get through safely? It looks like they do. Side by side, Umbo Rivage towards the top of the hill at Massenet. And there's further dramas back. Cameron's up to 4th place through Casino Square. Down towards Mirabeau. There's a yellow flag at the back. Harlan Marquez might have been involved in some slight contact. The two Ferraris. A side-by-side Philip versus Arturo Dewan as well. Into the Grand Hotel hairpin. Into Portier as well. It's a clean start for everybody. No, there's a yellow from the back. It looks like all good. Vincent Nyquist out to 15th position as they come into the new Nivelle chicane. It looks like it's a clean getaway. Just rubbing his racing, Richie.
Yep, absolutely amazing start from Leonard. He got that 1 second gap, which was a 3:10 qualifying gap. I'm not surprised he's got that gap already. But Harlem, he's spun down, I think it was at the hotel hairpin. And also, Jonas had a bad start. He's down in 19th. So it's not the start he wanted at all. Vincent already with a 3-second time penalty, which means his race is basically over. Leonard Gertzap, 15.6 for his first lap of this session. Very, very nice indeed. Lefted is outside that 1 second gap to Cameron Downs already, which is not good at all. Especially around this track. You want that little bit of DRS just down that main straight to keep you in the flow with everyone else. We don't want to see any Fernando Alonso tactics here, which involves keeping the gap between 6th and 5th about 35 seconds. But Sergio in behind lefted.
Yeah, and so Sergio up 1 place, Bogdan down 1, Artur got moved up 1 as well, Phil McKee moved up 3, Corey de Backer moved up 6 places. At Monaco at the start, it's fantastic. Anna Martin's dropped down 2, Harlem dropped down 4, Dues Van up 2, Anton up 1 as well. It's all kicking off out here.
It is. And the tyre, let's have a look at the tyres, because that's interesting.
Very well split.
Oh, so we got majority of the grid on the mediums. We've got the 4 guys at the back, Vincent, Tom, and Lefted, all on the hard tyres. So now we'll take it back. No wonder Lefted's out the 1 second gap. He's on the hards, and he's not doing a pretty bad job to be on the hards. Leonard, 11.7. He's now got himself outside that 1 second gap to Jeremy. So that's 1.5 seconds, and then Yeltsin is also 1.3 seconds back off Jeremy. So the top 3 are not in any DRS at all, which is good for Cameron Downs. He's currently running 4th, still on his point streak of 15 races. Looking to improve that to 16th today, and if he keeps making mistakes like that, that definitely will not happen. But he's just 8 tenths behind Yeltsin, going in towards the Grand Hotel hairpin.
Yeah, I was about to say, you've put the cursor in there as well with all the things he's going through, but he is P4 at the moment, looking to make improvements. Okay, lap 3 of 39 as well here at Monaco, and the gap already improving at the front. Leonard is 1.3 seconds ahead of Jeremy as well, and overtaking at Monaco is extremely difficult. It's nigh on impossible as Cameron cuts the chicane a little bit. He'll get a warning for that one, and as Murray Walker used to say, catching is one thing, passing is quite another.
Yep, Murray Walker. Every time I think of Murray Walker, I always think of Monaco. I don't know why. He says many iconic moments around here for Murray Walker.
One of my personal favourites, Richie. There's been 5 previous winners of the Monaco Grand Prix on the grid today, and 3 of them are Michael Schumacher.
Well, that is one of them indeed. Murray was one of them, never scared to say what he thinks, which is sometimes is good and sometimes is bad.
There is a previous winner here, because Bogdan Moldovan won here in the F4 2 seasons ago, back in season 30.
He did.
So this is actually quite good. Oh, we've got a yellow, sector 1. Is
Yona.
Oh no, is he in the wall? Yes, he was. Jonah Martin's into the wall, but he's got going again, so he's just got a little bit wide down to Sander Vaught. Named Sander Vaught due to the chapel, and he's really having problems out there, Richie. He's sort of drifting around the track.
Yeah. Championship leader is not in the place he wants to be. At this moment, he needs a miracle, as Christian Horner's words were, in able to at least get any points here today. And this is allowing Floris to keep within that 5-point gap. I don't think anyone else here is going to be able to score enough points to get ahead of any of them. So, at the moment, the top 3 in the championship aren't going to score any points. Yernay gets a 3-second time penalty. First time we've actually seen him in a long time. Yernay won F4 Season 30 Brazil, which me and you commentated on. We haven't seen him much apart from that until I think it was the first race he was there, and then he missed all the others until now.
Yes, and I think he was earlier on in the season, indeed, as well. But we're 5 rounds in now to season 32, so he's had a long time away. But doesn't explain why he's at the back. I know many people in the chat are probably going to say in another league he did this, that. But in this league, he's been nothing but honest. This, as far as we know, up in the commentary box as well. Hello. Connor's just typed into the chat. I won PS Season 19 Monaco, the Old Testament as well. Fantastic, Connor, as well. So there are another previous winner in this area. One day we'll get Connor in one of the commentary boxes on these as well. See what he can do. Because I know Connor, did you actually do commentary? I think you did, didn't you? He'll reply in the chat. We'll keep updated what he says. Lap 5 of 39. Everybody is cutting that first chicane at Nouvelle, the first part of it. I'm surprised we're not having more penalties. It could be like Canada last week, where every driver got a penalty.
Yep, that was an interesting one. And Phil McKee,
there we go.
3-second time penalty. Speak of the devil.
Right,
Both passes now with 3-second time penalties. Bogdan Moldovan, I've been keeping an eye on these last couple of laps. He's just on the back of Sergio Sobrino, but the DRS for Sobrino's helping him to extend that gap a little bit more to Bogdan. He doesn't seem to have as much top speed as Sergio does. But then again, this isn't good for Sergio or Bogdan because they're stuck behind Lefted. Lefted has now got nearly 2-second gaps to the cars ahead because he's on the different tyres. So Sergio and Bogdan want to get through as quick as they can to start benefiting having these mediums on. Otherwise, they're going to lose lots of time and not even have a chance of finishing in that top 5.
Sergio is right on the back of Lefted as well. Lefted is literally becoming Fernando Alonso at the Monaco Grand Prix earlier on this year when he held up everybody else and let the top 4 just scamper away into the distance as well. Sergio through the tunnel. He's on 82% of ERS battery power as he comes into the braking zone for the Nouvelle chicane. Not far enough to make a move, as you can see, but he's dancing with every single curb, Richie.
Yeah, and that is... I'd say that can be the art of Monaco sometimes. You've got to be able to take it... you've got to be able to take it very cautiously, but you want to also take it very aggressively, which is difficult to do on an F1 track when you've got to do both at the same time. As Valtteri Bottas once showed us, drifting is probably quicker around this track, but these cars are boats and not drifters, so we won't see any drifting. Well, we probably won't see any drifting anytime soon, but it's F122, it can bring us absolutely anything. And these drivers are talented at many things apart from just Formula 1 driving, which could possibly involve a bit of drifting, you know. If anyone wants to do a quick drift, then go ahead.
One thing I love is the fact is that when we see Formula E racing here at Monaco, the cars are so much smaller than Formula 1 as well. Formula 1 cars, you just don't understand how massive they actually are still. They are huge, and comparing them to 2004 as well, they are beasts, and there's a lot that needs to change. I think it would have a much more interesting Monaco Grand Prix if we went back to the size of the cars they were back in 2004.
Definitely.
Rather than they are today.
Because now...
bulky for bulkiness sake.
It's like... it reminds me, do you know the little like mazes with the little marble in?
Yes.
It's like one of those. Trying to guide it through without hitting anything and getting into the right hole. But Bogdan, however, is now outside the 1-second gap to Sergio, which is not what he wants at all. And I think he's made a little mistake on the exit of turn 19 because he's dropped 2/10.
Yeah, he has.
So
I've just got to do it.
It's good for left. I mean, sorry. It's good for left. And it's good for Sergio because I don't have to worry about Bogdan. And then Oscar Villacampa in the Mercedes. He's just behind Bogdan. He's just outside that 1-second gap. And then we also have Arturo De Juan, who's also better known as Codorn N'Golo. He's currently in ninth with his teammate Philip in the points. I don't think Philip has scored any points this season. So scoring a point today for Philip would be very nice. And the chances of that are very, very possible.
Tell you what. I've just made a mistake. Even though I am sat down in the commentary box, that's not a mistake, but I'm wearing jeans. And I've burnt my legs. Yona Martins gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings to the championship leader down into last place. He just came into the pit lane to put on brand new medium compound tyres. His day is done. As meantime, Zoltan Boda through the tunnel has pulled off an amazing move right round the outside as well. We've still seen it on the second camera here, but he's gone right round the outside of Tom Martinez, and that's Zoltan up to 15th position. So good looking stuff going on.
I missed that one, and we've had a spin. We've had a spin up. That is Jerne down at the exit of the Nouvelle towards Tabac. So that puts him outside of the points, and now means Jona's down in 20th, which is bad for Jona. Oh, he's in the wall! He's locked up into casino. And I think that's Jona's done.
He's been lapped. He has been lapped. The championship leader in the wall has been lapped. And Jake Village and Florence Wires are absolutely delighted with this, because it means the championship leader does not score any points, does not get a bigger lead on them. Monaco's not well, and Jona Martins, I don't know what he's doing right now, but he's now parked on the hairpin. And I think he should just go back to the pit lane and not do anything silly, because he's risking a race ban at this rate. Although, has he broken the rear suspension, or is he just drifting the car around? It's a bit weird.
That's a little watch on him, and he seems like the car's done. Oh no, he's drifting about.
Yeah, we're watching, so don't do anything silly. He's dropped down to 4th gear now. Yeah, don't cause to say, oh, Jona Martins, I'm sorry, but that could have just taken out Harlan Marquez as well, who's now lapped up. That's not great. That's not great from our championship leader. We'll let him move around, and let's move back to some of the action, because as you were on about lefted, he's under pressure from Sergio Sabrino in P5 and P6. That gap closing down as well. Coming up close to the top of the hill. Cameron Downs is closing in the back of Jensen. I think he is. Yes, he is. So it's all getting tense now.
It is. Sergio had a very big slide coming out turn 4, which is not what he wants, because that can involve you being in the wall. Lefted just 2.3 seconds behind Cameron. You'd really start thinking by now the hards would be working a bit more to try and close that gap.
No. Jona Martins has just gone straight into the wall at turn 1. I've just watched him do it. He's brought out the yellow flag, and it's probably going to cause a safety car. He's knocked off the front left wheel, and that is absolutely ridiculous. The championship leader's out of the race, but it's for a reason that is not right, and he's parked at an awkward angle. I wonder what will be called.
Well, I'm going to say it's very awkward, the fact that we don't get any safety cars, and also, for Sergio, we went straight up that chicane at the Nouvelle, and he lost a little bit of time there to left. He'll probably get a warning for that, so that's what Moldovan wants. It's now put Bogdan right into that DRS. But yeah, we're showing Jona doing stuff like that down into turn 1. It's not what we want to see at all. Gives a bad representation of league racing, and for him, McLaren.
Yep, I'm not happy with that. I'm actually very much not happy with that. That's not how we do things. Would you do that in a real race? No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't do that in a professional league like this. So no, don't like that. Jona Martins has left the session. Fair enough, he's annoyed, but you be respectful to the other drivers. That's bang out of order, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the stewards make of that one as well. But they might just give him a race ban for that, to be fair, because that was right out of it, not nice. Anyway, lap 11 of 39 as well. So if my maths are correct, we're approaching 1/3 race distance. Coming forward as well. Leonard leads this race from pole position. He's got a gap of 3.1 seconds to Jeremy in second. Daniel Jensen is in 3rd position. Cameron Downs has stayed in 4th, and he's on the back as well of Jensen. And the battle for 5th is brewing, because Lefton's on the hard compound tyre. Everyone else behind him has caught up and is on the medium compound. So we've got a Fernando Alonso situation going on right now at Monaco.
Yeah, and now Cameron, I think, will be thinking about wanting to make a move soon, because he'll be wanting to pit probably in around 3 or 4 laps time, as that's when it's the best for the changeover. The hards can last a lot longer than the mediums can around this track. So we could see pit stops starting to happen in around 2 laps for those on the mediums. Those on the hards will probably stretch it to around lap, 20, 25, I think. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. But Cameron, he wants to get through on Yeltsin. Yeltsin's losing lots of time to the back of Jeremy. However, Jeremy's also losing lots of time to the back of Leonard Gertzap, who's leading by 3.3 seconds, and to P4, he's got a gap of around 8 seconds, which is really nice for him. Lefted's also starting to gain a little bit more time now, 2.6 seconds. It was around 3 seconds earlier on, so the hards are starting to work into play a little bit more now. He's able to possibly get himself into that 1 second in around 3 or 4 laps time, but by then, Cameron would have already pitted.
So the race continues on. Just trying to work out, actually, as well, what the gap would be if Leonard pitted. I think he would come out round about 12th position where Modesto Mena is as well, so it could come quite quickly.
Yeah. And Cameron Dowd, 6/10 behind Yeltsin then, got the DRS open, obviously went close one to make a move, and Sergio Sabrino is the first one to say, I will pit. So he's going to drop down to around, actually might drop down to the to 17th. depending where he can come out. Where did he come out? Yep, he'll be 17th for Sergio. So maybe pitting this early is not the best because it means you'll be held up by lots of traffic ahead. So the mediums this will be the chance now for the medium drivers to think, I'm going to do a pit. Does he gain lots of time or does he lose lots of time on those new hards? Because if the drivers can get a little inch of more pace out of those mediums, they will do so. You know, they're going to use every advantage they can. So if they don't need to pit, they're not going to until later through into the race, which will probably be around lap 15.
Yona Martins has said, laughy face emoji, sorry. So I don't know if that's sorry as in, sorry he did that, or sorry, laughy face, not me, I don't know. But that's what I'm seeing at the moment as well in the F3 General. Lap 13 of 39.
Yep, and lap 13 was the curse lap because that's the lap where, well, it's lap 14 now, but it's the lap where F2 completely broke down and everyone had desync, and the lap didn't actually get past 13. They ended up racing lap 13 4 times until they called a restart. Luckily, I don't think our shift will be extended today. I think we'll be fine for the first take of the race. But, yep, Philip.
In to 10th.
Oh,
yes,
Bogdan's in. Oscar's in. And Philip's still sitting behind his teammates. His teammates 5 seconds behind lefted. So they'll probably think about pitting soon. Obviously, they can't pit together because, well, Leclerc and Sainz gave us perfect representation of what happens when you put 2 drivers in a pit box. One gets held up and gets angry, which in that case will be Philip Waters. So I presume one of them will pit this lap. Artur will probably get the main decision, the first decision, and then we'll see what happens from there. But yeah, I could imagine one of them pitting this lap and then one of them pitting the next lap.
The real start their breakdown, wasn't it, this year for the Monaco Grand Prix? And that was such a difficult race, and I hated that race. Not because it wasn't exciting, but because we had to commentate 3.5 hours at Monaco. And then, literally, as soon as Monaco was done, because it was so tight, the race, we had to go and start the call for the Indy 500, which also then lasted 3.5 hours. So it was 6 hours non-stop, and it was terrible. That race got stopped as well. Actually, it was the day for red flags because British touring cars, every single race got red flagged as well and restarted. So that was a day for race stoppages as well. The only one that didn't go, I think, was MotoGP in Italy. Okay, so Artur Juan is in the pit lane. Phil McKee is in the pit lane. Corey De Backer is in the pit lane. Zoltan Bodewin all changing over to hard compound tyres as well.
Yeah, and we can see that the people who started on the hards are moving up positions because obviously they haven't pitted. Antoine De Zalewski, who's just 4 tenths behind Tom, he's got a lot more pace than Tom Martinez, but he just can't get through. So possibly we'll see an overtake from him down in towards turn 1, Sander Vogt. Unless he can actually put it off here. Will he be able to? He's gaining. He's about 3.5 tenths. But I don't think he'd be close enough. No. But he was gaining enough to possibly another 300, 400 metres he would have got the move done. But we'll stick on board with Antoine because I want to see if he's going to be able to make a move in towards turn 1. Because Vincent's starting to... Actually, Vincent's dropping inside that. 1 second.
Sorry to kind of cross you there, Richie. Jensen's into the pits. So is Philip Walters as well. So they're in. And are we going to see Tom Martinez in? No. Antoine stays through. So can he get the move down to turn 1? Over to you, Richie.
Yep, let's have a look. But unfortunately for Antoine, Tom's got DRS this lap. So, no, the move won't happen. Tom's got himself within 5 tenths of Vincent now. I don't know if Vincent's made a mistake or if he was just able to get so much pace underneath the DRS. And we can also see Philip's in the pit lane with Modesto Mina. Philip comes out ahead of his teammate.
Okay, Leonard's got 23 seconds to Vincent, so this is an opportunity to pit. The top 3 could pit and stay in the same position.
Yeah.
Top 4 even.
Which is nice because Lefty has to pit still, and then all the people behind, people between P5 and 7 also have to pit. So this is really good for the top 3 to get out ahead of the now running 5th to 7th.
Oh, a little look there into the new vote, and Jeremy's in. Jeremy pits. Now, he was on the medium compound tyre for 15 laps. Cameron's come in too. So Leonard's going to do an extra couple of laps out there. And it's up to the pit crew now to do a really super stop to see where they're going to get out ahead. Vincent Nyquist is in 5th position at the moment. And he's just entering the last corner now of Anthony Noakes. And left it up second. Jeremy's through. Does Cameron Dowds get out in time? No, he doesn't. Cameron gets swamped by all of them. So, and he might also get swamped actually by Jensen. Side by side at the exit of the Saint Devon. And that has not worked out at all for Cameron Dowds. He gets passed by Jensen. He's on a lap old hard compound tyres.
Yeah.
So the overcut has worked.
The overcut has worked heavily for Yeltsin. You know, Cameron's now, 1.1 seconds. He's outside the DRS. He's on the new tyres. He'll take a good lap to warm them up. So it's really not gone how we wanted it to. It couldn't have actually gone any worse because he was inside that DRS. He was looking possibly to be on for a podium. Now it's going to be a lot harder because he's got to get himself back into that 1 second. Yeltsin's in the 1 second. Lennon's now pitting. In the Aston Martin. So yeah, it's going to be difficult for Cameron to get any more positions, but we'll have to wait and see because then absolutely anything can happen.
So 24 seconds to Jeremy, who's the key. Good stop there from Leonard to put on the hard compound tyres. Jeremy isn't even at the sprint. He's just coming around Raskas right now. Lefted's taken the lead, and Leonard leaves the pit lane. Jeremy's just coming into Anthony knows Lal. So Leonard effectively has the net lead of this race. The gap is 8 seconds, and now dramatic closing 6.3 seconds at the end of the pit lane.
It's getting close
Amazing
between
timing.
Tom and Vincent. The gap is less than 2/10 now. Tom's going to look to make a move into the... Oh! Vincent blocks off completely into Massanet where they are now, in towards turn 4. That was a bit needy from Vincent. Didn't have to take it that much. So Tom's now stuck behind him still as they go down towards the Grand Hotel hairpin. So yep, not the type of reaction Tom wanted from Vincent. But we'll have to see if Tom's able to get past him down to turn 1 next lap.
Barrichello tried that move at the top of the hill back in 2010. He ended up sideways, backwards, and having to get out of the car dangerously. And Mitch Evans tried it in a Formula E car, and guess what? It worked back then. Martinez now has got the bit between his teeth. He's on 17 lap old hard tyres. They've got a feeling he might be coming into the pit lane. It looks like he's on an attack lap. Vincent, I think, might stay out for as long as he can. Left is leading, so they've got to take these hard tyres, as you said, Richard, until about lap 20, 22, 23 max to get the overcut. But it's not working out that way. A little touch of the wall there from Vincent. Harlan Marquez gets a 5-second time penalty. But here comes Martinez with the DRS, with the RS power, and he can't make the move into turn 1.
But Cameron Dowds is looking for a move on Yeltsin, sorry. Yeltsin has just been held up by everyone. Look where Cameron is now. He's 2/10 behind. I did not see that coming. Let's see. Can Cameron get past Yeltsin? He's getting close. He's less than 2/10 now. It's getting close. Nope, not close enough. But, yeah, Vincent's trying to hold everyone up. He's literally playing the Fernando Alonso game. And Cameron really on the back of Yeltsin, trying to get through, but he just can't. The gap was about 2/10, and you can see he's looking for the outside of the Grand Hotel hairpin. He's just looking for that extra inch of space to get himself a better exit, to get himself a better entry into a corner and make a move. This has also put Sergio Sabrino and Bogdan Moldovan back into it now. Everyone is right in this train from Vincent Nightfist, who's running 4th. He's got to keep staying out, I think, because he wants everyone to be gapped up together because it creates something. Also, it's getting a bit cloudy, which will mean the track will get a bit colder, meaning the tyres won't be as happy. So yeah, it could be bad for the hards, lose a bit of grip. But look at Cameron, right on the back of Yeltsin, just can't get a move done. He's going for a bit of a wider line into Raskas. He wants to get a better line on the exit to see if he can possibly get past in towards turn 1. We'll go on board with Tom Martinez. He's looking on the back of Vincent. And yet again, not close enough at all. Cameron Dowds, still not close enough either. We'll keep on board with him. He's having a little bit more pace over his rival, going down towards turn 4. And he's about 2.5 tenths back, going into Massenet and Casino.
This is absolutely fantastic. This is back where the Truly train was invented. Of course, diving up the inside the Red Bull of Jensen is spun into the side of Anton on the top of the hill. That's a very careful manoeuvre. The McLaren's ghosted, so through goes Daniel. Now Anton's going to try and hold it back through as well. Cameron Dowd's going to try and slip through while the McLaren's ghosted. It's a good thing the ghosting activated. I don't think the ghosting was allowed, actually, but it would have caused an almighty pile-up. So the McLaren's still on the back.
Antoine.
Inside, load the brakes, but that was good racing. This Truly train is truly fantastic.
It was, but yeah, big shame for Antoine. Obviously, Yeltsin got a bit ambitious, broke later, possibly locked up into the corner, didn't see, and then they just collided. It's a corner you don't overtake in. It's one of them. So yeah, unfortunate for Antoine, possibly a penalty for Yeltsin as Antoine's lost out a couple of seconds due to that. So he's now down in 8th near the back of the train. And Cameron is actually just behind Daniel, and Daniel's looking to make a move on Tom Martinez pretty soon. Dom's used all his ERS. On board with Daniel. Less than a tenth and a half now between him and Tom. Let's see, he's going to go up the inside in towards turn 3. And he gets through. Tom backs out, knowing that's the best thing to do, and he's still going to fight it. Cameron, however, is also going to want to take a snip of that move.
Cameron's going to look to the inside line, coming into Mirrorboat, thinks better of it. The Lowe's Hotel hairpin is going to be something better to line up. Side by side, that's a Haas in the middle of it. So that's Vincent getting it already, backing everybody up. Jensen's going to try and get through. This train's getting absolutely insane. So imagine me when Sato had an engine problem in 2004 and was leading Raikkonen, Coulthard, Fischer, Keller, everyone side by side. And it is side by side. Jensen up the inside, makes the move as well. Slipping through goes Cameron Downs on Tom Martinez as well. It's all starting to go, and look at Jensen already. 8 tenths ahead. Vincent's causing all this back traffic, and he's causing nothing but problems as they come through the swimming pool section into the fishing chicane.
He is, and Cameron Downs, looking for an inside move up Raskas, but thinks better of it. Let's see. Is he able to get past Vincent anytime soon? He's on the back of Vincent now, coming in towards turn 1. He's already 2 tenths. Vincent knows to let him through because he just can't defend it. Is Tom also going to get through? No, he's not. Tom's nearly a second back off Vincent, actually, because Anton is also on the back of Tom. He's less than a gap here. We could see Anton making a move. Oh!
It's ever got a death wish or something right on the inside of Massenet. They're going to make contact, and Williams gets a little bit of a tank slapper. Just manages to hold it. Brilliant. But now here comes Sergio on the inside of Mirabo. He turns in. They're going to make contact. That track narrows down. And Debacker's out of the race. He's crashed at the top of the hill. Now we've got loads sorts of problems coming through as well. They all manage to just make sense. No sign of the safety car. Martineau's up to 9th. And now through on the inside. Down goes Tom Martinez. Villicamper up to 10th. And it's all changing in a matter of seconds.
It is. Cody back up. I think it was after the exit at turn 4. Why haven't we had a safety car? I don't know. Because we should have done. Sergio Sciabrino, 3 seconds. Not what he wants. At all. Cody back is at session, of course. Understandable. Yep. Antoine. Oh, lefted. Oh, he's dropped. Oh, hang on. Look where he's just behind his teammate. His teammate just passed him. Yep, his teammate just passed him. Yep.
Yeah. So
Lefty's not pitted.
Hang on. It's the pit lane. Comes Vincent finally. So Vincent pits after 21 laps. Joining him is Martinez too. So they've taken those tyres as long as they can. But Leonard takes the lead of the race. It looked like he was let through by Lefted there. A bit of a team order. But Aston 1-2 in Monaco.
It's nice, but talking of Sergio up the inside of Antoine going into Mirabeau.
Yeah, down the hill.
You have to be careful there. It is getting manic.
Good.
Antoine's now leading the train. It was once a Vincent train, now it's an Antoine train leading from McLaren. But Sergio, you can see, he's got a bit of tyres. His tyres are 12 lap. Turn laps newer, so he wants to get through on Antoine as soon as he can because he doesn't want to lose lots and lots of time to the back of Cameron Dowds. Cameron has had a really good race, hasn't he, so far? He's been really getting himself in there, getting involved, which is nice.
And still has net 4th position because Lefton hasn't stopped yet as well and might drop down the field. And again, we haven't seen the safety car for a long time as well, and that was also said in the chat. Where am I seeing it? Safety car is booked as Riley as well. Jan Tripkov says, I haven't seen the safety car in 4 months in this game as well. Looks like they have. Monaco, they lost the safety car park. Don't bother with it, yeah. But it's getting very close up the hill once again. And Sergio Sciabrino tries to find a way through. Looks to the inside line. Can't get it stick. Into the top of Mirabeau. Sorry, into the top of Massenet. Through Casino Square. Now avoid the bump up the left. Into Mirabeau here. Pin now. And he can't find a way through. Yellow sector 2. So Alan Marquez gets a penalty. Oh, and Sergio Sciabrino trying to drift the car around. Not working. Green flag again.
Yeah, and Sergio, you can see he's all over the back of Anton, but Anton's defended well. It's a track he can't overtake, and this is proof, really. You know, we've got cars that are, well, obviously Sergio should easily get past Antoine. You know, he's on better tyres, and he's a quicker driver. So, you know, it shows when he can't get through on him, and he's now coming into back, still behind, and I can't see him getting through unless he can get him into turn 1, which is going to be difficult. Fionn gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Oh, and Antoine hits the wall into the exit of the swimming pool chicane.
Can Sergio find a way through into Anthony? No, don't clip the wall, get back on the power. You've got the DRS. Right, plan your move. Not going to be a dive bomb. Round the outside might be an option. Can't get through into the braking zone. So he's going to run it up the hill, up Beau Rivage towards Massenet. And he's going to think about the outside maneuver into the top. And Massenet doesn't work out. Past the Hotel de Paris. Down now out of Casino Square. Outside of Massenet, no. Looks to the inside, fails with that. What about Grand Hotel Hairpin? Nope, he's tapping the back though of Anton, just letting you know he's there. Through Portier, 1, no way there. Portier 2, the same. The tunnel now into the Nouvelle Chicane seems to be an option if you can find a way through. Eyes adjust, Duzman gets a 3-second time penalty. And nothing's happening into the braking zone either. To back is not an option either.
Yep, and Lefty's pitted actually now. He's going to be onto some... Is he going to soft, let's see. Does he go soft or medium? I can't really tell.
I put medium on.
Oh, yeah, he's got medium.
Yeah.
So he's going to carry them for the next 13 laps of this race. And Yerne has gone 16 laps on his soft so far. So I'm surprised he hasn't got a puncture. But yeah, Lefty's going to come out P5, which is really nice for him. Obviously, Aston Martin going to come out P1 and P5, which is really helpful for them. And Jeremy, he's doing good to be in P2. We haven't seen Jeremy up here at all, have we, this season?
Started second on the grid, and the top 2 are now the top 2 we had. In fact, the top 4, correct me if I'm wrong, which is...
Top 5?
Yeah, top 5, wow. So, it's been that type of Monaco race where everything has happened, but the results seem to stay the same as Sergio Sabrina is still trying to find a way through. He's drifting everywhere. He's done 13 laps on these hard compound tyres. Anton's on 25, so the whole Grand Prix distance still for Anton hasn't stopped yet. Now, Lefted is on medium compound tyres, so it looks like to me, I think, Richard, the top 5 might just be settled like this.
I think it might, because Sergio, if you could have got through an Anton easier... Oh, that's left. No, it's not Lefty, it was someone. Dead at turn 10. But yeah, I was going to say, if Sergio could have got through an Antoine earlier, it would have been able to have about 2 or 3 seconds ahead of Lefty, but due to that being stuck behind, he just can't get through, and he's now, 3 seconds behind Lefty, because Antoine's just losing one more time. That's Yerne getting out the way. Then La Rascas, very nice. Cameron Dowd's actually 4 tenths behind Yeltsin, so he's starting to gain a little bit more time. Harlem's just tired. Nouvelle.
So is that going to cause a safety car? It has done before, and that must have been a hit to the wall. So we'll keep an eye on that. Cameron's up into P4 as we're seeing on the screen right now, as Sergio Sabrina and Anton getting very close together as well. Suggesting switch back to that one, Richie, because I think Sergio's going to have a look on somewhere. It does on the inside. Goodness me, that was a late brake manoeuvre, not going to work out into the chicane. We're staying green, and Sergio is all over the back of Anton now. That McLaren is not going to last.
Nope, it's not good, because Bogdan, Oscar, Philip, Arturo, Modesto and Theo now all involved in this battle for points. It's P6 all the way down to P13. So people will be getting very frustrated with Antoine and Sergio, because they need Sergio to get through. They need Antoine to get out the way and pit.
He's got him! Great exit, the side-by-side down towards the back on the inside line. Goodness me, they've made contact! Round goes the Mercedes! And he's sideways at the exit, off to back. He's now blocking the track. The car has ghosted, but that was always going to happen. 2 into 1, especially through to back, never works.
No, it doesn't. And Sergio showed us it doesn't. He's now down to P15. He's cut the track completely. I think he'll be retiring here because he knows he's not going to score points. Big shame for Sergio. He's looking for a good race, but it's not how it's kind of ended.
He's up to 6th position. He's passed Anton as well, so that's all moved out. Sergio is out of the race. He's decided to retire, and now all of a sudden the race is changing again because Anton's getting caught up in it. Oscar Villacampa, Philip Waters up into 8th and 9th now. Modesto Man at 10th, but Bogdan's up to 6th.
Yeah, Bogdan's having a really good race. We haven't seen him in his old self, and he's coming back into it now. Like last season, halfway through the season, starts getting back into the thing of it, and there's Theon and Arturo fighting towards Portier 1. That's a shame for Theon. He was looking to get a move, but Arturo just defended, so there's nothing that Theon could do at all.
The key's going to try something, though, and I think further back, Philip's going to try something as well to the break. No, he doesn't. So we've got at least 8 cars battling together, maybe just a bit more as the race goes on. Top 5 are still where they are. Duzvan's into the pits. He's going to change over to soft compound tyres for the last 11 laps of this race. And this is absolutely brilliant. Leonard leads by 10 seconds to Jeremy. Jensen's in third position as well. Cameron Down's fourth, left in fifth, and then Bogdan Moldovan back as all hell breaking loose in the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's break week next week, Rich.
And me.
Break.
We will. That's actually having Canada and Monaco 2 weeks in a row. Oscar is just behind Antoine. Vincent gets a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, Antoine 1.1 seconds now. He's outside the 1 second to Bogdan. So yeah, Bogdan looks pretty secured in that 6th place for now. But Oscar wants to get through on Antoine as soon as he can. So does Philip and Modesto. But yeah, Colin Angalo, otherwise known as Arturo, he's doing pretty good as well. He's in P11. Possibly could, well, he'll definitely get P10 because Antoine's got a pit. Antoine's leaving it really late now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's causing problems now as well. So everyone, and those hard tyres aren't getting any younger either. So left it could provide some entertainment. We've got 10 laps to go, including the one we're on. Sergio now down to 17, so we lost 4 so far. Sergio, Harlem, Corey and Yona are 4 retirements. 16 left in the Monaco Grand Prix as they continue to battle hard out of Raskas, past the taxi rank and into Anthony Nergs. There's that cone I was talking about as well.
Yep, the good thing for Lefted is he was 5 seconds behind Cameron when he came out the pit lane. He's now 7/10, so the mediums are really working for him. This could be a good opportunity to possibly pick himself up third if he can get through on Cameron and Daniel, which isn't, it's not impossible. It's difficult, but it's possible. The only issue is Cameron's got the DRS going down towards turn 1, so that basically eliminates any chance of Lefty getting him in towards the first corner. So yeah, it's all about picking the right moment for Lefty to get through. Cameron will also want to get through on Daniel because he keeps getting to about 2 or 3 10, especially coming in towards the chicanes of the braking nose, but he just can't get through, and he wants to. Daniel's now 10 seconds behind Jeremy. Jeremy's 10 seconds behind Leonard. So, it's not good for Cameron at all to keep being held up. It's going to allow people like Bogdan to possibly start closing in, depending on how much slower Daniel gets.
And the last corner then, I completely agree with you, Richie, as well. This is going to be a thrilling end as well. Your mind just starts calculating everything as well to come through. How has Anton not got a puncture though?
Vincent on the back of Zoltan Boda. He's on the medium, so it's medium versus hard. Let's see. Is Vincent able to get him down towards turn 1? He's on the back of Zoltan. Going to the start finish straight. He's not going to have the speed, is he? No, he's not, but he's right in behind and he's got the better tyres, so he's got the capabilities to get through. Coming out of turn 1, Sandoval, he was 2.5 tenths and he's going a little bit more up the hill. But yeah, not constant to make a move, but you can tell he's got more pace. He's able to brake a little bit later, push the tyres a little bit more. And let's see, he's good for a dive bomb. No, he doesn't. He's too far back. But yeah, we can see a bit more brewing there between Zoltan and Vincent as the laps go on and as we count down to the checkered flag.
We might try something for a little bit of a dive bomb. Didn't really work out. Apparently, according to my computer, it's snowing outside. So that's great. Welcome to winter, everybody. As well. Vincent going to try something into the Nouvelle chicane. No, what about Philip then? Just ahead, nearly into the wall actually at the exit. He looked on the inside line, didn't he? To try and get ahead of Villacampa. Not working through into the fishing chicane. The second as well. Not going to make a move. What about Raskas? Nope. So it's all getting a bit, I don't want to say it, but Monaco?
It is. Oscar on the back of Antoine down towards turn 1 yet again, not going to be close enough to make a move. And the question is Oscar going to ever be close enough to make a move? Because now Antoine's on 31 lap old tyres. 31 laps. So he's going to have to pitch surely soon.
Why can't he make that move? What is stopping him diving up the inside, getting the move done? This is like he's just playing it a bit more safe.
Vincent up the inside of Zoltan into the Mirabelle, but yeah, he knows better off it. Lets off at the last possible second, and he's now stuck in this train between Antoine. So yeah, even Tom Martinez is in this train now. Everyone's involved here between P7 and P15. So it's really interesting. Bogdan's really secured himself his 6th place. Because Antoine's now dropped back 4 seconds in about 3 laps, which means, so, it's just proves those tyres that Antoine are just not there. He knows he's not going to score points, so just make a bit of fun out of it and, try and push the tyres as far as you can without getting a puncture. Which so far he's done well. He's done 31 laps, so you can't knock him for that. But Oscar is really frustrated. He wants to get through. Oscar's possibly had the pace of getting himself a top 5 or top 6, but now he's really got rid of that. Oh, Fion's retired in
That's
the...
Fion out.
He
Okay,
knows.
so McKee's out of the race. Didn't see that one coming.
I think he knows he's out of the points.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to get involved in this fight. So, live to fight another day, I suppose, but that's a bit bizarre. So, we're down to 15 runners in the Monaco Grand Prix. And can Villacampa find a way through on Anton Jazulski as well? I think he can at this part of the track. The Ferrari, though, Philip Walters trying to go right round the outside at Mirabeau. That Ferrari is literally looking everywhere. Left, right, centre. It's reminded me of Mansell and Senna back in '92. And look at Modesto Mena also back in the championship, closing in for more points than just one in 10th position.
Ooh! Modesto hits the back of Philip going into that braking zone. He was looking to go on the outside. Philip blocks it off, meaning Modesto had to have a little bit of a lock-up. Just hits the back of him. Hits the back of Philip, which is a shame, but luckily no damage caused. It just means they're back to the good old 4/10 gap, as everyone's seen.
And a lot of wheel spin coming into the last couple of corners. With it out of Anthony Noakes. And now we've had Vincent Nyquist with a 5-second time penalty, and he too has retired from this race as well. So we're down to 13.
Yeah, technically 14, but he's not in it anymore, is he? But yeah, look at this now. This battle between 3rd and 5th is getting interesting. Left is pushing even more. He's getting closer to Cameron. Cameron's also getting closer to Daniel by that little bit. So the question is, when do we see possible moves being made? Because, when it comes to the final few laps, they'll want to start making moves because the position can really help.
It is. Every point counts in this championship. Every position counts. We know exactly how problematic they can be when we get to the last round of the season, and we're down to just a couple of points. Left in trying everything possible as well to get back through, and it's just not paying off that much. Who's that diving into the pit lane? Somebody went into the pit lane. I saw them. It was Bizvan, yeah.
What's he doing? Is he pitting onto new tyres? I think he is. Yep, he's pitting onto new softs. So he's taking the softs all the way to the end. Yeah.
He's having the fast lap bonus point then as they come back through. Yellow sector 2, that is for Vincent Nyquist, who is out of the race, and his car now gets removed from the track. Getting exciting, this one, isn't it?
It is, especially between these 3rd, 4th, and 5th. That's the only real battle, I think, here. But yeah, we need something. Come on, guys, give us a bit of action. We need it in Monaco. I'm really bored here. That's probably explains why I'm not so enthusiastic.
If you forgot about 7, 8, 9, 10, that battle's getting absolutely insane.
True, but we could say the same about 1 to 4:22 Monaco with Sergio and what was it, Max, Leclerc, and Sainz. That never really went anywhere, did it? Also, look at here. This is Cameron trying to benefit off a little mistake of Daniel coming out of turn 11, and now he's about 1.5 tenths. We could possibly see a move into turn 1. Look at Cameron. He's closing in 2.5 tenths. This could be close for Cameron. He wants a podium. He's fighting for it. Let's see. Can he get it? Coming at the final corner now. Down towards turn 1. Cameron's gaining, but can he gain enough to make a move? He's looking up the inside. No, can't gain enough.
He did think about it, though. Dived up the inside line. Can he get the run at Beaurivage? He's looked like he's losing time up the hill, doesn't he? To that Red Bull. Which is weird. It's equal performance on the same engine, so why is losing time? I don't know. But that's
setups
all over the place. Yeah, it must be setups. The only thing I can think of. You're right. Setup. As they continue to bunch down, this is for 3rd position. Looking down as well at the moment to Anton and Villacampa. Their battle getting very tense as well. Villacampa is all over the back. Can he make a move into Mirabeau? No, he can't. And everyone's getting caught up now. That battle between 7th and 13th. And the Mercedes comes out all squiggly. Round the outside goes Philip, taking 8th position. Villacampa, 2 down the brakes. Philip says, OK, I'll go round the outside, and takes it. Brilliant.
Yeah, that was a big mistake from Villacampa. He broke, tried to recorrect it, and ended up going the other way. And also, Tom Martinez on the back of Arturo going into Nouvelle. No, he's not close. I thought he was going to be there for a second. He's got a lot of pace, and you can see he's a lot quicker than Arturo. Hits the back of him in towards turn 10. But back on board with Cameron Dowd, he's getting closer, but he just can't get close enough, which is going to be frustrating for him.
They're running out of laps too. That's what's worrying me, because Leonard is just booting hard out there. And Anton Pitts. So that's finally released the field. At the same time that Villacampa is under pressure from Modesto Mena towards turn number 1. Modesto is trying to make a magnificent move. He's going to go side by side up the hill, surely down the side by side, coming into turn 3 on the inside. And Modesto Mena takes 8th position brilliantly ahead. Villacampa's tyres are starting to hit the cliff, and it's perfectly timed for Modesto Mena.
It is, and who's that there? Is that Yerne who's, yeah, it's Yerne who's ghosted. He's been lapped 3 times now, I think, nearly, by everyone. And yeah, Oscar lost out there. He's now then in P9, was looking for a P7. So yeah, it's a big shame for him, but it's good for Philip and Modesto, because they moved up to 7th and 8th, and Philip, we haven't seen him score any points this season, I don't think. So this is really nice to get his season nice and started, to get some good points.
Cameron's got the DRS as well on the run down towards turn number 1 over 4th position. Just to let you know, there's no move going into turn number 1, but Cameron's got a great exit. Nope, nothing up the hill.
It's a shame, because we could see, if it was on another track, we could see such good battling here between these guys. But we just can't, because it's Monaco. You know, they get so close, it's like, come on, move. And it's like, oh, wait, no, he's nowhere near enough, even though he's within a 10th. It's quite sad, really, because Monaco, it's such an iconic Grand Prix, but there's no racing here.
No, Formula E has the best because, as I mentioned earlier, smaller car widths as well. So if we reduce the Formula 1 car widths as well to that of what we saw in 2004, we might actually get some decent racing at Monaco as well. But there the brakes we have. At least the Monaco E-Prix is fun. Okay, down towards the braking zone as well for the Nouvelle Chicane. I think Cameron's going to find a way through here, but cut the corner there and not losing any time. It's the last lap of the Monaco Grand Prix. Leonard leads with Jeremy in 2nd. The battle for 3rd is on, and the battle for 7th down to 12th is on as well, Richie.
Yep, this is getting exciting now. We can see, can Cameron, can Lefty try and get a move now? They need to make it this lap. Yerne's retired on track.
Yeah, there's contact all the way down as well. And it's down at the Nouvelle Chicane. It's lost it, but they're all okay. They've all got through. But yeah, Yerne does on it's out of the race.
He's with 2 tenths now of Cameron. He's pushing really hard. He wants to get that place. Can he get it? Can Lefty put himself into that top 4 with the alternate strategy? He's gaining on Cameron. Yet again, can't get enough into Mirabeau. Daniel going a little bit wide. Cameron also going a little bit wide. And let's see, Lefty going for the fake moves into the Grand Hotel hairpin. But I don't think it's going to be enough. I don't think he's going to be able to get it. And you can see he's cutting so much track he can. He wants to get that 4th place. Antoine goes fastest up at 10.2. Yeah, I still don't think it's enough for Lefted. But yeah, looking at Leonard now, he's had a stellar drive. He's led by 15 seconds, absolutely dominant, and he wins the Grand Prix. Leonard takes a checkered flag first here today, and Jeremy, who's about 15 seconds behind, coming into Raskas, he'll be taking 2nd, and what has been a stellar drive for him. We haven't seen him qualify anywhere or finish anywhere near 2nd, so that's amazing for him. Comes down 2nd, and then Yeltsin, finally that podium he wanted. He lost it in Canada due to a strategy issue, but he's going to get it today in Monaco. Perfect drive from Yeltsin, followed by Cameron and Lefty to take up the top 5.
I think Bogdan Moldovan also deserves a round of applause. Midway through the season, he's back at it again. Bogdan finishes in 6th and gets his season off to a great start. Philip Waters in 7th position. Fantastic race for him as well in the Ferrari. Modesto Mena back in control. He'll come home in 8th. Oscar Villacampa will be 9th. Arturo Jawan finishes 10th. Tom Martinez 11th. And Zoltan Boda 12th, and Anton Zilski finishes in 13th position.
Actually, there's rain.
No.
Yep, look, there's rain.
Oh, it is. On the last lap, it started raining.
So we avoided something which could have been even more chaotic, I think.
That's the first time that's happened.
It is, for me indeed. Yeah, that was an interesting, well, I'm supposed to say it was an interesting race, but really it was not that good of a race. Nothing to do with the drivers, it was just the fact of the track. Hopefully Connor doesn't decide to put this track in next season, because it's just boring. You know, it'd be nice to have a race here, but you just can't. And it's nothing that drivers can do, it's just the fact the track's too small. There we go, Leonard. Going up towards the top step of the podium. Absolutely amazing drive from him, absolutely dominant. The whole night. Got pole by 3 tenths. He's won by 15 seconds. You can't, there's nothing else you can say about that.
Yeah.
Apart from well done.
It's trophy time, but as ever, it's champagne time.
And we can see Lando
Fantastic.
takes a win by 15 seconds and 23 seconds for Daniel. Imagine that first to third, 23 seconds, and we can see all the way down to the top 10. And Antoine takes the final finishing position today in 13th. And the final point position goes to Arturo Dejuan. But if anyone would like interview, pop into the waiting room. We're not going to have the cameras on today because it crashes my game. But yeah, we'll go onto the interview screen now. If anyone wants to pop in, that would be very, very appreciated. But yeah, Josh, what else did you think of that race? Anything we can really take away going into next week?
Well, a break.
Well, I mean, the week after.
I think looking at that, the lobby seemed to race cleanly, which was good after last week. And what we've been hearing in the F3 General is that, oh, well, if consequences don't have anything as well, there's no consequence to the action, then we're all going to just drive like it's Grand Theft Auto. So I'm very pleased to see that today there was a lot of good racing.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that was down to the track or not, I don't know. It was a joy to commentate on in terms of the fact is that it was another strategy run to think about. Not exactly wheel to wheel stuff, but the bits we did get were fantastic and some really brave maneuvers going on up the hill as well. Nouveau Chicane didn't really give the overtakes that I was thinking, but to be fair, that was okay. Not great, but okay.
It could have been worse, I suppose, for Monaco. We saw a bit more action than some places are. We're going to get Leonard into the commentary box now. He's just going to hop into the waiting room. He's going to join us for an interview. So, Josh, you can lead that one, but we need to wait for him to get there first, actually.
It's not there just yet. We've got
No.
just that racer in. I think that's going to be a commentary box for the other series. That's alongside us, actually, which I think is
F5, I think. Yep, and there he is. We'll drag him up.
Here we go. Oh, you got him. Okay, I'm going to drag him Justin in. Hello, Leonard. Can you hear us?
You muted, Leonard.
Hello. Can you hear us okay?
Yeah, sure.
Well done. Winner at Monaco. How does that feel?
Feels quite good. Monaco is like by far my best track on this game, and it's been my best track since I exist, basically. So yeah, it's obviously great to win a race.
It was a dominant quali. It was a dominant race. You were 23 seconds ahead at one point as well. Finished 13 ahead of second position. But how much training do you do at Monaco? Because you were flirting with the barriers. You were fastest by 0.3 of a second as well. It was just superb run from start to finish.
The thing is, I did another race 2 weeks ago at Monaco, so I'm pretty much in the flow already, and that's why I've been, it's been just really easy for me just getting in the car and instantly performing. Like I've set the world record, I think, in TT like multiple times. But yeah, it's just really, keeping the hours up and like being in this mood because Monaco is just a thing of being used to.
Absolutely fantastic. Muscle memory plays key. We've got a break week and then we go to Silverstone before the Christmas break. Are you looking forward to Monaco? Is this a good start then for you to sort of kick into the championship gear? Because fourth different winner in 5 races, it's very competitive.
I think you meant Silverstone, but Silverstone's the exact opposite to Monaco for me. It's my worst track by far. Wow. So I'm looking forward to the races after that one.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to say one last thing before we let you go. Obviously, you moved up from F4, didn't you? At the start of the season. Would you say you're happy with that move now?
Yeah, I think I'm quite happy actually because I like last season in F3 it was my worst season I've ever had. I scored like 19 points in total. I think I scored this amount of time of points just today. So I've really needed that like kick up the ass, I guess. So
it's worked.
It's worked.
But yeah, thank you for joining us here, Leonard, and we hope to see you next time in Silverstone.
Well done, Leonard. Great job.
Thank you.
And we've got one more person in the commentary box, Josh. We've got Cameron Dowds.
Absolutely. Cameron, consistent as ever. What's that now? 15 races, constantly in the points. What's your secret?
Just stay out of trouble, really. In qualifying, it was actually really good. I got a little bit hampered I lost like 2.5 attempts I think in the final set due because of traffic, but I don't think it was really anyone's fault. It was just wrong place, wrong time. I guess it was like 4 cars where I was, but yeah, in the race, the pace felt really good. I was thinking about trying to make a move on Daniel, but I just thought it'd be too risky. And then it was just about managing the gap to Daniel. And then since Lefted was on the alternate strategy, I knew he'd be a threat towards the end. In the end, the overcut, what the top two did would have been a lot more powerful than what I ended up doing, but I didn't know that at the time, but it was just because it was a massive chain of cars. But yeah, towards the end, it was just trying to balance between attacking Daniel and defending from lefted, because it was really difficult to defend from lefted. He was really quick at the start, but then after like 5 or 6 laps, the medium started dropping off, so it was alright. But then I think he started like recharging again with like 4 laps to go, and then on the penultimate lap he was coming back at me, so it was quite difficult to defend. But yeah, it was a good race, and congrats to the front two as well. They were absolutely crazy. I think, especially to Leonard, I've like never seen that before. 8.6 is like faster than the he was faster than the F2 pole. So yeah, hats off to him.
See,
Really
Cameron
good.
knows this stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. I tell you what, Cameron, whenever you're not racing, hop in the comments box with us. More than welcome to have you.
Well, obviously,
Yeah.
you go into Silverstone next after this race. Are you excited for that track? Is it one of your favourites or not?
Yeah, I like Silverstone a lot. It is one of my favourites. And it has been for a few games, so should be fun.
You're hoping to possibly get a podium there, maybe?
Hopefully, that's what I'll aim for.
But yeah, thanks for joining us today. It's been nice to have you here with us, and we'll see you next time. So have a good evening.
Well, Richie, I think Monaco was just as exciting as it usually is, but I won't lie to you. I can't wait the fact that we have a break now, and then before Christmas, the best possible present, because we're back home at Silverstone for what should be a fantastic race.
Yeah, Silverstone always brings great racing, so hopefully we'll have a bit more compensation for our Monaco race there. But yeah, apart from that, it's been quite relaxing. I think we've been able to have a bit of a chilled race.
Yes, and in 2 weeks' time, do join us, same time, same channel, for the British Grand Prix. We'll have in our pre-show highlights from the Canadian Grand Prix and the Monaco Grand Prix to sort of wake you up and give you a reminder of what happened. It's going to be a great one. It'll be a Christmas present to us all, and I can't wait because it's going to be fantastic. Don't forget that we have got PS, and that's on the weekend, and then they'll be on a break week, and then we just gear up for Crimbo. It's going to be fantastic.
Yep.
So thanks, Richie. I'll hand back over to you.
All right, thanks everyone for joining. It's nice to see you on the chat again today, and we'll see you after the break. So remember, we're not here next week. We've got the break week, so we'll see you in 2 weeks' time for the British Grand Prix. So see you all later. Have a good night. Goodbye.
Good night.